What's up, everybody? Welcome to the DLLS Cowboys podcast. We got the Rumorooskies heating up. What are the Cowboys up to with the deadline? We got folks on the way back, and we got scoops from the locker room. It all starts. Meow. Friends, and welcome into the DLLS Cowboys podcast. We got folks on the way back to help this team. Might make you put them in order. Got people on the way back, though. 21-day practice windows opened up for 3 different members of your Dallas Cowboys. What's going on in the trade market in the NFL? KBBU is back. We got all sorts of things going. Welcome in. My name's Jeff. I'm seated next to former Cowboy wide receiver Jesse Holly.
Oh, Jesse Holly went 77 yards. It must be a reality show.
He is seated next to the greatest beat writer in the history of the Dallas Cowboys, Mr. Clarence Hill. Pop. What's not working? What were you trying to play? Which one was it going to say?
Paige Buckers.
What was that?
Paige Buckers.
Paige Buckers.
Beckers is Paige Beckers, and I saw the Monster last night.
I think there should be a height limit in the NBA.
What?
Yeah.
You know the Rockets starting lineup is like all
I think
6'10"
7'1",
and above.
7'2". That's it. The court's not big enough for you to be that big. There's just not enough room for people to do stuff with Wemby running around. Like, if you ever go to a game in person, the court looks small because the guys are so big. They either got to make the court bigger or they got to put a height limit in the NBA. 7'1", and you can only have one guy over 7 foot on the team. That's my new rule. That's just because the Mavericks got whooped by Wemby last
Got
night.
whooped by
And we got
Wemby.
tall people too.
We came in looking for a Cooper Flag Day, and we left talking about MVP.
Gross. That's okay, but the Mavericks are going to win the championship, so make sure you're watching the DLLS Mavericks show. And if not, if it turns into a real bad season, that's okay. They'll take care of you anyway on your. It's like therapy every day.
And I will say, Jackie, I watched the game. You know, your boy Ali's not here, so you got to give me love today, Jackie, okay? And I did like the way your Spurs put that BTA on y'all. Yes, of course, we love that.
Why did you love that?
I love great basketball. I mean, I love great.
You just dirty Mac.
I love great players. I mean, what Wemby did.
Dirty
But
Mac.
you can be disappointed with the Mavericks.
Enjoyed
loss.
watching that? I didn't like watching that
How do you not like watching greatness?
because I like the Mavs winning. I don't want the Spurs to win.
The thing that when he did that Jordan Rockabye Baby reverse dunk. I mean,
That's because he's too tall.
Everybody jumped out of their
That's
seats.
why he shouldn't be
Mavericks
allowed.
fans, Spurs fans, a lot of Spurs fans. That we all jumped out of our seats. And I did come by and give me some snacks before I went to the game. I didn't want to let the record show. I came by the studio, got some snacks, had snacks in my pocket.
We know. I mean, we know. He's a snack king.
My boy was like, "How many snacks did you take? You've been pulling out snacks the whole first half."
That's insane. That's insane. You have a cherry Coke in your pocket, too?
No cherry Coke.
Okay.
Could not sneak a cherry Coke in.
Okay, yeah, that's tough. How many snacks did you sneak in?
Just a little gummies, man. Just a little gummies.
Okay, nice. 21-day practice window is open for 3 different members of the Dallas Cowboys. Those are DeMarvion Overshown, Cooper Beebe, and Shavon Revel. Who's going to be back soonest and who's going to make the biggest impact for this team?
I think Cooper Beebe will probably be back the quickest, the soonest of the 3. And if all things being equal,
What's that mean?
if everybody comes back and is not hindered or slowed down by their injuries, DeMarvion Overshown, he'll make the greatest impact. He gives you an athletic linebacker. He gives you somebody with a little bit of experience. Gives you a playmaker. He gives you speed. He gives you athleticism. He gives you ferocity, tenacity. He gives you a bunch of different things. Excitement, playmaking ability on the defensive side that needs it. I think Cooper, I think he's needed, but he is not as needed as you need linebacker help. You really need linebacker help.
Not anymore. Shamar James is a star. He's going to force a turnover every week.
It may happen. I mean, the next offensive line may miscount and leave him wide open, but we'll take care of that. We'll show you that in KBBU. But, it happens.
Oh, you saying somebody screwed that up?
5 for 5. Somebody missed out. But, we don't have to poo-poo on his parade.
Yeah, why you want to do? Okay.
No, I'm just saying.
There's no question. Jesse's. I'm sorry. There's no question that Jesse's order is correct. Cooper Beebe will be back first, and DeMarvion Overshown will have the greatest impact. And we hope, and we need him. The Cowboys need him to have the greatest impact. It was interesting yesterday. And it better be interesting. It was funny yesterday. We're talking to Overshown, and the dude, it just exudes so much confidence, so much grace, so much appreciation, man of the Lord, all of the other stuff, talking about, it was reminding me of people hate on Jalen Smith because he said all the platitudes, all the right things, but people didn't think it was genuine, okay? When you listen to DeMarvion Overshown talk, you really believe it's genuine. It's coming from a good place. He's not just saying stuff.
Yeah.
He's not just saying the right things, the platitudes. He really believes this stuff. You have to believe it to overcome those type of injuries, and your boy Babe got mad at me talking about Clarence because somebody else asked the question like, Babe, calm down, okay?
You hit him?
I'm asking a good question.
You let him make it? Did you hit him?
I had to look at him crazy. But okay. That's a good question. But, my thing with DeMarvion, and I've said it, that we're setting him up. And
you're both setting him up right now. I'm just going to tell you.
We're setting him up that he needs to come back to save this defense. He got to be Superman. He got to be Fred Warner. He got to be Ray Lewis. He got to be Lawrence Taylor, all wrapped in the one to save this godforsaken, inept defense that, DeMarvion Overshown's on the come. DeMarvion Overshown never reached his full potential before he got hurt, okay? And now we're expecting him to come back and be the savior of an inept defense. I think that's just too much to ask, too tall of an order. And I presented that to him. And I said, are they expecting too much? Do you have to be patient to let it come to you? And he wants all the smoke. He wants all the energy. He says, they're getting me ready to come back and be an all-pro. And he was never an all-pro. He wasn't even a Pro Bowl. He never even played a full season. And he really believes it because he knows he has the skills, but he's also been buying into Eberflus. Eberflus has created, linebacker coach at heart.
That's because he hadn't had to be out there.
Linebacker coach at heart. But if you remember in training camp, he was in Eberflus's back pocket. He said that, they did some cut-ups during the offseason. They showed him his good plays, his back plays, his drops. He didn't always take his drops right, okay? And he was always trying to go to the ball, and he talked about how they've got him getting his drops and getting his drops. He's a smarter player, that he can even make more plays once he gets the fundamentals down and do things right, not just rely solely on his athleticism. And speaking of his athleticism, he says he's running faster, he's jumping higher. I'm just telling you what the man says. Jumping higher, stronger than he was before with that bionic leg. That I'm talking about MCL, PCL, ACL, something that, that most people thought would be career ending. He said Thomas Davis came back from it, made the Pro Bowl, and he was an older player. He's younger.
He had me. I was riding with him all the way up until that last bit of info.
Okay, but here's the thing. And I'm going to give this to you before you say this, because I would feel the same way. But he said, and we've got the numbers to prove it.
Yes, he said that.
Times, GPS.
Yes, he said that.
Measurements.
Let me say.
That's what he said. That's what he said.
You don't get stronger. I can understand it. You don't get faster. You don't jump higher.
You know what? He did say, I'm stronger, and we've got the numbers to prove it.
Yes.
And then he said, but stronger, faster, jump higher, more
stronger. Because all he had to do was lift weights.
Yeah.
All he was doing was working on lifting and strengthening the muscles around the injured part of his body. But I mean, I'm being picky. I'm being picky.
No, you're picky, and you have a right to be. Like I said, I've been talking all spring about it. We can't put too much because I believe this is possible because he has the talent. I think it may be in December, January, maybe even next year. But the idea that you're going to be that right off the bat, after not having played a full season, and understand this, and you guys are going to get into diehard. You know, a lot of people have stories. I'm the only one he talked to about being all pro. Because I'm going to give you something different. Don't do that. I'm going to give you something to be all pro.
What happened?
He's talking about my elbows. I know what he's talking about.
No. I'm laughing at you saying that you're the only one that got that part about the Pro Bowl. Plus, that you brought up your elbows, let's talk about it.
No. You start laughing. Why you laughing about the Pro Bowl part?
No, I was laughing at the way that you promoted yourself about only having the. But since you brought the elbows up,
let's do this. Let's do this. First of all, it's my job to give you guys something that nobody else has.
Right.
It's like group interviews.
Right.
Old school used to call them gangers.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah, we call them gangers when we decide we should
It's
stop
group
saying the other word on the radio.
I'm going to give you something extra. I'm going to go and
that's
sit down
what I was laughing at.
Why is it a laughing point?
It wasn't. It's just the way you presented it. It just was like,
listen,
I'm the only one that's going to get this. Like, that's what made me laugh.
Listen. Mighty Po Dog won't wag his own tail.
What?
You know he got some old country bumpkin saying that nobody else heard before.
Listen.
You from Arkansas too?
Listen. I'm just Mighty Po Dog. Stop it.
See them elbows though. Everybody do this.
Hey man. I'm not doing this with you. I'm not doing it.
Come on, man.
John, why are you laughing? John, why are you laughing?
Everybody do this.
I am laughing explicitly at your expense.
Just you.
John, why are you laughing?
With you, I am laughing at you.
John, why are you laughing?
Everybody do this.
John, why are you laughing?
Come on, Clarence.
I saw Chill in the garage this morning. He has like a whole wardrobe for whatever might happen
I do.
in the day. He's ready,
rushing.
but you didn't have no.
I wasn't ready to go, and then you came up, and I was trying to, I left. Anyway.
So you're not going to do it?
Not going to do it.
So
we're talking about Overshown. We're not going to do this.
Let's see.
So I asked the internet. I asked the internet the same question.
Me and Jesse going to fight one day.
It ain't going to last long.
I might lose, but we going to fight. I might lose. We going to fight, though.
I didn't say anything. That's what I'm saying. You can get on here.
No, I don't get on here.
Yeah, yes, you do. You get on when you at the Star, when you at the stadium. Talk about my hairline.
I didn't talk about your hairline.
That's why he stopped the show for 4 minutes.
That's why he got mad at me.
I'm
take your head off.
We had a bad show for about 3 minutes.
I don't get mad. I accept it, but don't.
You didn't accept that.
No, I accepted it, but be
you got
fair.
mad enough to stop the show for 3 minutes.
But be fair. It's like,
was he mad?
Like obese people can't call another person obese.
Yes, they can.
It doesn't.
If anybody knows obese, if anybody knows foreheads, it's me. I can talk about foreheads. Right. I got a big forehead.
So I know elbows. Let's see. Let's see the elbows.
Anyway, I thought we was talking about the guy that was coming back.
Yeah, let's see your elbows.
I was trying to get back to it.
Anyway, you're going to get stuff with Cowboys from me on Die Hard that you're not going to get on other sites. And I got my man talking about the cut-ups and certainly being all pro because I sat down and talked to him after the press conference, after the group setting.
I appreciate and love his mindset, and I think the way that he works also.
Yes.
But I'm a little worried about he is like he's part of the setup on himself right now. Where it's like, because I asked the internet the same question, and you guys both said the guy who's going to make the biggest impact out of the guys that are going to allegedly come back or are coming back would be Overshown. And I picked, Revel, who knows?
I know.
Right? I picked Beebe. And I might disagree with my own self because I think that there's a very valid point that the defense needs more help. Overshown can make plays that can help. But I also think that the Brock Hoffman experience is headed this way, and Cooper Beebe is absolutely going to help this team. And to project that Overshown is going to help them more, I think is just dangerous, and I think it's a little bit of a setup. I'm very comfortable that Cooper Beebe is going to make this team better again as soon as he steps on the field. Overshown, I'm more of a we'll see.
Well, the problem,
but I do think you're bad enough that he'll help you at least a little bit because he'll make some splash plays that other guys might not.
And an area that the Cowboys suffered in was, missing tackles. That was one of the big issues
He'll miss some tackles.
that I had with the DeMarvion Overshown was that you just go so fast and so out of control that you actually miss a lot of tackles. So your point is not invalid.
But my guy is less exciting. And so, like, I can just tell everyone's answer is Overshown.
Well, it's not invalid, but it's levels to this, okay? They're better. Cooper Beebe is better than Brock Hoffman at center.
Right.
But the gap between Cooper Beebe and Brock Hoffman is not the same as the gap between what we said was abject linebacker play to what Overshown can bring you. If he's Overshown.
Right.
If he's Overshown.
Right.
And the level that he can step up, but you've all said that the linebacker play is horrible.
Bad.
You know, the worst in the league.
It's bad.
You know, and what he can bring you is
last week was better. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
Last week they were more assignment sound.
But what he can potentially bring you is greater than the difference between Cooper Beebe and Hoffman. That's all we're saying.
Yeah. No, I look forward to the plays where you see a guy that's running for the sideline and then out of nowhere the flash is like, where did he come from? Coming up next on the DLS Cowboys podcast, we got scoops from the locker room, including on our guy George Pickens and his future with the Cowboys. That's all next on the DLS Cowboys podcast.
Let me tell you about my friend Mac Weldon.
Nailed it.
And here's what I love about their clothes, because they're not trying to reinvent the wheel, right?
No, not the wheel.
They're not reinventing the wheel when it comes to clothes, hoodies, shirts, class. What they're doing is they're taking a classic style and giving it an upgrade. They're just saying, hey, we're going to be, the fabric's going to be better. It's going to be cooler. It's going to be more comfortable. You can go from the gym to work to out of the town. The weather is changing. Finally, in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, we're getting a little bit of October of coming through. Winter's coming. Not winter, but fall is trying to show itself.
Winter is coming.
Yes. As they said in your show. And I love they have the sweatsuits and the hood. I'm a sweatsuit dude. You guys know I have a plethora of sweatsuits, and I can't wait to get my hands on a Mac Weldon sweatsuit. And if you want to be just like me, we have 25% off. All you got to do is go to MacWeldon.com and use the promo code DLLS and get 25% off one of your orders. Head over there now. I like their stuff.
Shout out to our friends at Prize Picks as well. I got to get on here. I got to see what's going on Thursday Night Football. I got to see who we got for Thursday Night Football. I got to get some action going.
Be careful.
I don't need to be careful.
Phillips.
I'm crushing. Oh, no. That's illegal mafia-led poker. This is very legal. This is not gambling, sir. This is daily fantasy. This is just
fantasy,
picks.
baby.
We got Giants fight. Oh, this is going to be some easy tonight. Oh, yeah, these are some good ones tonight. Who doesn't want to hitch their wagon to Carson Wentz, huh? But I can get some Bijan in there. You all think Bijan going to score tonight?
I do.
Okay, hit more on
He
that.
better.
We're going to get that. And that's what Prize Picks is. You just pick more or less on different stats for different players, and it's a lot of fun. And if you get all your picks right, guess what? You get all the money. That's the way that it works. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use the code DLLS. You get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code DLLS to get $50 in lineups after you play that first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. It is the DLS Cowboys podcast. Chill was creeping around out there in the locker room. And what did you get for us on George Pickens? I don't appreciate that Javonte Williams wouldn't take the bait. Y'all tried to set him up. Actually, shout out to him for not entertaining
Valedictorian
y'all's foolery.
And a North Carolina Tar Heel graduate.
That's right.
Yeah.
Are you the one who tried to set him up?
No, I didn't. It was one of the other TV guys.
Okay.
They tried to set him up. You know, obviously everybody remembers Rico saying buckle up.
Yeah.
Playing against his former team. And let's be honest, it's a revenge game, motivation game. Whether you say it or not, it's some motivation there. For Javonte Williams going against Denver. He was drafted by Denver. You know, had a good rookie season, had some injuries, and they said bye. You know, and they basically moved on. And Sean Payton said, he's a good player, but we want to go in a different direction. You know, and they went in a different direction.
J.K. Dobbins.
And he's coming back, and he's, second league in rushing or third league in rushing, and he's having a big year, having a better year than he ever had in Denver, you know, from touchdowns and everything else, the way impact he had. And so a reporter tried to set him up with the old Rico. Are you going to tell Denver to buckle up?
Who was it?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Here's the thing, and this is
not who we got to go after. Who we got to call out.
Listen, it's all about content.
Nah, I want to know who did it.
Yeah, buckle up. We'd have had big headlines on DLS as well.
It sounded like some Mike Leslie trolling is what it sounded like.
He wasn't there, but it would be him.
Okay.
But the whole, revenge thing, this isn't just sports related. Like, wanting to do better or better against the people that did not think that you could, that's a human thing.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
That's a human thing.
Oh, yeah.
You know, if your girl leaves you for another guy, you want that to fail. And then you want to make sure that your next one is way better than her.
Right.
Like, you want to make sure that when she sees the photos or see you guys out and about, that it looks different.
You start posting on Instagram a lot with the next girl.
Yeah. Let a boss fire you.
You're going to see this.
A boss fire you, you don't want the ratings for their show to go up, but your next show, you want to be like, yeah, I'm going to stick it to them. It's a human thing. So while Rico may say buckle up and Javonte may say it's just a game, it's not. It's never that.
No, it's
it
never
is
that.
Always some sort of incentivized in your heart, in your head. You want to go out there and you want to show the team that said, sorry, you weren't X, Y, and Z enough for us to keep you around.
Right.
And Rico right now, he's having a resurgence. He is, and it's not just him, it's every other team in the National Football League who didn't want to give him an opportunity to go out there and show himself. So it's stick it to Sean Payton and stick it to the Broncos, because I am the second leading rusher in the league. My team is the best offense in the league.
Right.
You thought I couldn't? Hell, he's even said it. There were times in his rehab and his approach back to this point where he thought, I'll never be able to get back to that point again. I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so for Rico, yes, Rico is not one of his personality. Excuse me, not Rico. Javonte. Javonte's personality isn't a very loquacious or boisterous type of personality. He's more reserved, calm, very calculated in the things that he says. So he's not going to come out. You bet your bottom dollar he feels it, though. You bet your bottom dollar he's sitting at home, he's pillow talking to his lady or to his homeboys in the group chat like, I want to run this. I want to have 200 yards. I want to have a Rico type performance against the Denver Broncos.
No doubt, and especially against Sean Payton, because Dirty Macker. That's who Sean Payton. He says some crazy. It's like the Russell Wilson stuff.
People don't realize how nasty Sean Payton is.
Yeah, he's.
I was in a practice. We were doing a joint practice, New England Patriots versus the Saints, and I watched him dog cuts Robert Meacham.
Right.
Called him a wasted first-round pick. He should ship him back to Tennessee. I mean, in front of everybody. I undressed him in front of everybody to where even we as Patriots were like, damn. Like, God, dog, take it easy. Sean Payton verbally is a very, very nasty speaking dude to his players, that especially the ones that he kind of like, he's had it up to, he's like, I'm pretty much done with you. Sean Payton can get real nasty with his mouth.
Yeah, I agree. And so yeah, there's something there, and he don't have to say it verbally, but it's human nature. It's interesting at the press conference yesterday. It's definitely interesting. I tried to send it to us, but a press conference yesterday, not Sean Payton, Schottenheimer was talking about not Rico. You got me saying Rico.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
Talking about Javonte, and he said, I like big backs.
I like big backs.
Yeah. I like big backs. And
he couldn't lie.
And then when he finished, he looked at me. I said, y'all know if you saw how he looked. He looked at, and then he said, Mr. Mix-a-Lot, I like big backs, and I cannot lie.
I like big backs.
So what you're saying is that Jaden Blue ain't gonna get a lot of snacks.
And you remember
you
remember when I had that drop? He's big and he's thick. I mean, that's tough to tackle. And so you got his size.
a big thick boy.
Yeah,
exactly.
Girthy. That's what I'm looking for.
It's tough to tackle.
A D-tackle.
So that's part of it. He fits well with the Cowboys scheme, what they want to do. Certainly with Clayton Allen's brought in, like similar to James Conner, big boy, and running this type of scheme. He's a one-cut runner, and he certainly gets downhill fast when he breaks tackles and gets into the secondary. It helps that he's running against light boxes. Especially two of his biggest runs have come at the end of halves when the Cowboys are throwing the ball and they're playing pass defense. And so light boxes, and then he breaks away, but that's important. George Pickens talked yesterday, and certainly he is, confident as ever, feeling good as ever about he and CeeDee and what they can do. Certainly it's a big matchup this week with the corners with the Broncos. And,
the great Riley Moss.
And Surtain.
One of the great corners of all time, Riley Moss.
And Surtain.
No, Surtain's good. Yeah. He's good.
And
Surtain's probably the best corner in the league.
And we forget that that's what the Cowboys wanted, right? over Mike.
Over Micah.
Yeah, we forget that.
And they're not. Look, I still say they're not wrong for that.
No,
the world didn't know what Micah was when the Cowboys picked Micah. We thought they picked their middle linebacker.
The
Cowboys didn't know what Micah was.
Tank got hurt, and
Tank got hurt, right?
Right.
And Dan
was like,
was
"Oh
like,
my God!"
And Dan Quinn was like, "Hey, go put your hand in the dirt and just go get the quarterback."
Yeah,
like,
they fell into Micah.
Yeah.
Like,
And you ain't playing linebacker no more.
Right.
Yeah, they fell into Micah for sure. But Surtain is great. And everybody's, obviously one of the big matchups is with those cornerbacks and the Cowboys receivers. And the Cowboys are number one offense in the league.
Riley Moss better get a workout.
And understand that
Surtain could go hang out with whoever he
Denver's
wants.
and they got great pass rushers too. They got great pass
Benito,
rushers.
yeah.
They play man-to-man on the
And John
outside.
Cooper.
They're only giving up, 18
sacks.
points? I think they're only giving like 18 points a game. So they get out. So that's got to get the ball out quick. But Pickens, and we're going to talk to CeeDee today, but Pickens is like, bring it on. I played against Sauce. You saw what I did against Sauce.
This ain't the same.
I'm just telling you, a lot of people think Sauce good now.
This ain't the same.
Sauce is good.
Sauce is good, but this ain't the same. Sauce can't move. Like Sauce can go straight line and kind of handsy grabsy. Surtain, and I had this conversation on my other show yesterday. And I was just like,
Technician.
I was like,
but is he big? Because that's what Pickens said. He's a big guy, big long guy, and Pickens like big long guys. They can't mess with me. I'm big long. I'm big long. I'm big long.
Surtain is the first of all. I want to make this real clear. George Pickens will eat him.
Okay.
that's placating to the fans. He just
a little bit. Surtain is proper corner size. The real tall guys freak me out because I think.
Well, Wemby freaks you out. I mean, anybody tall.
Yeah, tall people weird me out.
They freak you out. I mean, it's like whatever.
I remember when they drafted Shavon Revel, and I was like, terrible pick. And it's like, why? And I'm like, because he's 6'4". If a wide receiver goes and your feet are not on the ground, you're screwed. It's hard when you're that tall. Surtain's the right size. He's like 6'1". He had a pick.
Yeah, I think he had more than one. But the thing about it is like Pickens said, hey, we don't know what Surtain's going to do, who he's going to follow. But if he follows one, then the other one's going to eat.
Yeah, I think the game plan should be find Riley Moss.
Right.
Yeah,
Riley Moss is hands. He gets a lot of flags too. He's been good, but he also gets flags.
No, he's not a bad corner. It's just it's an easy decision to me.
He gets flags, and so
like we don't have to talk about who's better between Lamb and Pickens. There's no point in that. You just want to have both of them and kick everybody's butt. That's a lot of fun. But I will absolutely, when I got two awesome ones, let who's covering who dictate where I'm going with the ball.
Right. And so we already saw that you have to get the ball out quick. So Dax will have to make a quick decision. He's going to have to pick one.
Yeah. You know, we'll get more into this tomorrow. Talked about the Javonte Williams situation. I think Javonte's getting ready to run into one of those Carolina situations. I just do. I just think what they have up front in Denver and how they run, how that defensive line,
if you don't run it well, I think you're in deep doo-doo this week.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You got to run. You got to make a play.
They're going to come get your quarterback if you have a pass.
But that defensive front is very reminiscent with size and aggression and the way that they cover up for one another, assignment alignment, being in the right holes, very reminiscent of what Carolina was with their front. And then they have, of course, Nick Bonito and Jonathan Cooper, and they'll have Hufanga coming up, and he'll get into the run game as well. So it's a good defense.
Yeah, Terry Cross makes a good point, and Pickens has played against Pat before, and he's had success against Pat. Yeah, with a bad quarterback in Pittsburgh.
Pickens ain't scared of anybody.
No,
I love George Pickens. After seeing the mic'd up from this week with George Pickens,
hilarious.
You cannot, Jerry. Don't tell people about your pie. Sign your player. It's not hard to do. You are not limited by the cap. Don't lie to your fan base. I need George Pickens. Because, I love CeeDee Lamb. He's one of the best receivers in football. I love George Pickens. He's a very, very, very good receiver. And maybe he does become one of the best receivers in football. I don't know. But I want his personality on the offense. Yeah. Like, he is the one when you're coming off the field with his, like he's talking to everybody on the field. And I think that is contagious, and I need that.
Yeah, so much fun. So much fun to cover. So much fun. He just makes the game fun. And CeeDee is a great player, but the personality of Pickens, and he tries his damnness during press conferences to be milquetoast.
Yeah.
He ain't trying to say he's not trying to be
on the field. Poor Marshawn Lattimore wasn't even really talking back, and he's still going. And he was like, "What?"
That's his element, though.
But some players are like that. Some players, not comparing him to Jordan, but sometimes it's just like, I'll just start making stuff up and I'll just start stuff just so I can get a reaction from you.
Yeah.
So I can get like, oh, okay, now he's like, I didn't even say anything.
Oh, you're not going. I didn't.
Yeah,
You know.
Yeah, he just some people play better like that. Some people play better in the
and some play way worse.
Some play way worse. Some players
lose their mind. Odell Beckham angry is not what you want on the field. George Pickens angry, I think that you do.
But I don't even know if he's angry.
He's a weird combination of super intense and goofy.
Yeah,
and it's amazing.
He's just goofy. He's just a goof. Somebody's a goofball, and it's
funny.
Those
are the kind of people that'll hurt you.
Yeah, but it's not angry. That's his personality.
That's the one that's that psycho laughter. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
oh, he's a psycho. That's
like
after the game in their interviewing Dak and CeeDee, he just comes in the picture goofy. With the little shiesty on and just doing his thing. It's just. Have you seen his draft day photo?
Yeah.
It's like he's just
goofy.
He's goofy. Fun goofy, though.
Coming up next, it's time for KBBU. How the changes on the defense helped the Dallas Cowboys is next on the DLLS Cowboys podcast. Join the Supporters Club. Wish that you would. It would be lovely if you did. You'll see people in the chat, like you see Austin there. He's got the Supporters Club badge. You stand out in the chat when you're a member of the Supporters Club. Saw Chris in there, MD Rowe, Jeremy. So, yeah, when you have that bad boy next to your name, you stand out in the chat. You're part of our team. We sure do appreciate it. And when you join the Supporters Club, you get a couple of other things that are extra. You don't just get the little badge next to your name. No. You also get access to exclusive emojis. You can throw the pop emoji into the chat. You know what I'm saying? Throw the brow emoji. Maybe not yet. Let's wait until the Mavericks win. Don't be sending no Mav ones on this show until they win a game, okay? Which will definitely be their next game, will be the one they win. And we also record some behind-the-scenes stuff and things of that nature that only goes to our friends that are in the Supporters Club. So we want you to get up in there, okay? We sure would appreciate it. And if you don't do it, that's messed up. Do it or else. Not a threat. Also, subscribe to Ali's newsletter. Maybe you missed it last night that the Mavericks got smoked by Wemby and friends. That would be in the newsletter. Like, hey, look, Mavs got smoked. Now you're up to date. Everything that you need to know will be right in your inbox in the morning each day. And that costs you nothing. You just go to alldlls.com/newsletter, put your email in there, and you'll get it every day. Ali will write that up for you, and you'll be up to date on everything that's happening in your DFW sports, and it costs absolutely nothing. Ain't that nice? No fluff, you know? Ain't no fiddle farting in the newsletter. It's bang, to the point. And then you're ready for the water cooler. Is that still a thing?
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
You go to work, do you meet at the water cooler?
We do it here. We just do it at the round table.
But they don't call it water cooler. People have their own bottled water. They bring their own. I mean, nobody eats at the company water cooler anymore. Company water cooler. Bring the coffee.
Bring back the water cooler. Meet at the Keurig. You'll be up to date and ready for the Keurig. It's the DLS Cowboys podcast. Knock out a couple of super chats real quick. The truth is in there. Great show, fellas. We all know the Cowboys aren't getting Crosby. If you had to bet, who are we getting? Who do you want? Let us know in the chat. Fourth segment of the day after we do KBBU. We'll talk about some of the trade things going on. Kerry Matthews is in the super chat. Freak Jesus, also a member of the Supporters Club. Man, y'all doing CeeDee like Andy did Woody when he got buzzed. Just throw it aside.
Who's y'all?
CeeDee Lamb is the best wide receiver on this team and one of the best wide receivers in football.
Don't put me with them.
Nobody's trying to get rid of CeeDee. We just said Pickens is fun.
Don't put me with them. I've been on this show since July talking about CeeDee Lamb being the best out here. I've always said CeeDee is one and it's two. Don't put me with them.
All I say about
Don't put me with them.
All I say about it is we finally got the dude we want to be with CeeDee Lamb, and people immediately want to talk about who should we get rid of. And I'm like, why are we insistent on trying to get rid of our best players?
But you said trade CeeDee.
No, he didn't.
No, Broadus tried to trade CeeDee.
He defended CeeDee.
Oh, Brian Broadus tried to trade CeeDee.
Have one or the other. Why can't we have both?
My bad.
I want both of them.
Thank you, Jackie. Why are y'all so mean to Clarence? Stop being mean to Clarence. Thank you, Jackie.
She's only saying that because Ali's not here. Otherwise, she wouldn't be worried about you.
You need to bring him some lotion.
All right, everybody, take your dang seats. It's time to learn what made the Cowboys defense better this week.
Well, welcome to KBBU. Class is now in session. I am your professor, Professor Holly. All my good students, you guys come to the front of the classroom. Get your learns on. Get your lessons on, man. All of you riffraffs and you wahoos, as Jerry Jones would say, y'all go into the back and don't distract us who's up here actually trying to learn a thing or two. The Cowboys defense, they made a few changes. We have been calling for it. They have been calling for it. Players have been calling for it. Fans have been calling for it, saying, hey, Matt Eberflus, man, can we play a little bit more man coverage? Can we get outside and play a little bit more man coverage? All that zone.
Diggs, and then Diggs went to the house. Pow!
Diggs got so excited that they were finally playing man coverage that he jumped and hit his head on the ceiling.
Maybe.
That's how he got a concussion.
Maybe.
Completely Recky Specky don't know how he got a concussion. No one still knows how he actually got a concussion. Is he still in protocol, by the way?
He's in protocol, but he was in the locker room yesterday. He didn't want to talk to the media, but he was in the locker room. I said, what's up?
All right, so one of the things that the Cowboys did in this game last week against the Washington Commanders was go man to man. And how does that help? Yes, it helps you in the coverage, but it also helps you getting after the quarterback. The Cowboys are one of the teams in the National Football League who are almost not last, but close to being at the bottom tier of sacks and pressures and pass rush all across the board. Partly because of that, they're not getting a lot of guys to the quarterback because they're dropping back in coverage. Well, that changed this week, and one of the sacks that we saw in the game that was turnover, they got a turnover, knocked the quarterback out, came from young linebacker Shamar James. So, John, let's go to the tape. Let's pull this up right here. All right, here you can see one of the indicators that the Cowboys were in man-to-man is that when they sent one of their Washington Commanders receivers in motion, Deron Bland followed him in motion. That is a telltale sign that a team is in man-to-man. So, right here is where we have Shamar James at your linebacking position. And now that they're in man-to-man, the offensive line will do a count, right? And there's a difference between blitzing from depth and then blitzing from being mugged. Mug means that linebacker is standing up in the line of scrimmage, like right next to a tackle or next to an end in the line of scrimmage. And so sometimes an offensive line, they will count him into the rush, right? You'll see the linemen, centers, and point and stuff like that. But in this play right here, it looks as if that they consider Kenneth Murray, Kenneth from Oklahoma, as the fifth man, and they forgot that Shamar James were present. And so the blocking scheme happened, and you see Shamar blitzing from depth, right? And so now the count is messed up front with the offensive line. Someone did not count the right people at the right time. Shamar James comes on this blitz. Now, what's important is, and you hear this all the time about defensive players, especially in the defensive line. If we're on our way to the quarterback and we can't get there, Jeff, what should defensive linemen, linebackers, safety, anyone that's blitzing the quarterback, what should they do if they can't get to the quarterback but feel like they need to be a distraction? What should they do?
Throw your hands in the air,
don't care.
And like you just don't care.
That's just
So you see Shamar James, go back a couple clips, John. So you see Shamar James blitzing. Now, when you look at what's happening in the routes that are being run by the Washington Commanders receivers, you see Zach Ertz going to run a little hook route. You see at the bottom that you're going to have an in route or a dig route from Luke McCaffrey. They're open.
Right.
They're open.
He got to throw the ball. That's
They're
the
open,
quarterback.
right? So
that's why I said it's a great play. Shamar got his hands up and made him think I can't get it there.
And this is when you see the play in fast motion, you see that Jaden Daniels is ready to throw the ball. But as he's getting ready to throw the ball, Shamar James throws his hands up, and now he has to bring the ball back down. Terrible ball security that he has when he brings the ball back down because he wants to bring it down, reload, maybe change the arm angle to try to fit one in there to Ertz, who's open on this particular play. But Shamar James comes in with his hands up. When he swipes down at the football, gets a fumble, and also knocks the quarterback out for the rest of the game. And now he won't play tonight as well. But it's these type of rushes that you can have when you're in man-to-man, where you look right there. Luke McCaffrey at the bottom of the screen, he's popping open. You see Ertz at the top of the screen popping open, but the ball is on the ground because Shamar James rushed from depth because they were in man-to-man. He was able to get to the quarterback. He came in with his hands up. And that's for a young player to understand, hey, I am blitzing, I am rushing, but if I can't get there in enough time, throw my hands up.
Yeah.
Maybe I can tip it. Maybe he throws around it, throws an inaccurate ball, or this happens right here where he gets the turnover. So more man-to-man from the Cowboys defense allows you to add more guys to the line of scrimmage, more guys to the pass rush. And now as your quarterbacks get better and as the competition gets better, you don't want guys just sitting back there with all the time in the world to be able to pick you apart defensively. And while Matt Eberflus isn't solely switching over to man-to-man, he ran almost half of his defensive calls were cover one last week, man coverage last week. And I think that you'll see a mixture of that continuing. Now, some may say, hey, well, they knew that they were going to be down 3 of their top pass catchers against the Washington Commanders. So it was more, he felt more inclined to do so because of the competition that he was facing. Well, the results were there, right? And you saw this defense play at a level that it hadn't played all year long. I think this will be a coverage or scheme set or the call that he makes. I think this will be more in the play sheet, in the play call sheet this week. He's going to need it to get after Bo Nix, to get after that quarterback and not allow Sean Payton and that offense to just stand back there and pick this defense apart. So, Matt Eberflus, we kicked you back in. We kicked you in the nuts when you weren't doing right. It seems as if you found a solution, at least for one game, and it made that defense respectable. It made them middle of the road. And that's all you asked for.
That's what I'm dreaming of.
You're just saying, hey, if this defense can be middle of the road, if this defense can be 20th, 19th, with the way that this offense is playing, now you have a really good contender. Right. And last weekend against the Commanders, you saw this defense. They got their hands on the ball for a pick 6 with Deron Bland. You saw the fumble made by Shamar James. You got to be a certain age to know who Shamar Moore is. And then you saw sacks.
And he's black famous. You got to be a certain color too.
You saw sacks by Jadeveon Clowney and others. So the man has helped this defense out, so it seemed. But the most important thing, you got to be consistent. So we want to see if this defense will be able to show up at Mile High in Denver and be able to go out there, play a little man-to-man, and get after the quarterback.
You know Shamar Moore?
I do not.
Yeah, he's black famous. He's black famous. That's okay.
Right. I'm only like 70% cookout material.
You know Shamar Moore?
Not 100.
I think I'm mixing him up with Shameik Moore.
Who?
Who's the Criminal Minds guy?
Shamar Moore.
That's Shamar Moore.
Oh, that is Shamar Moore.
That is Shamar Moore. Yeah.
Oh, I was mixing him up with the Spider-Verse voice of Miles Morales.
I believe you.
But yes, that is Shamar Moore.
Shamar Moore. Started out on Young and the Restless, but great point.
Started out on Soul Train.
Oh yeah, Soul Train. But yeah, Soul Train for sure. But the great thing about it, and there was a great breakdown as usual. And when I talked about Shotty, they were very confident about their scheme. I think it had a lot to do with the quarterback.
Okay.
It had a lot to do with the quarterback. I think that worked perfectly for this quarterback. That's why when people talk about the quarterbacks, why Dak is just on a different level, because he took his first read away, right? Mm-hmm. If he'd have just recocked it and threw it to McCaffrey, he had time.
That was the second fastest sack in the league this year.
I was saying, but
it was from off the ball.
But
that's moving.
But if you know where your guys are, if you are not throwing this guy, then I'm going to take off and run, which is what he is.
It was 2.2, just so you know.
Okay. Got you.
Like he tried to cock and do something else, and he was done.
Yeah.
He cocked it and went, oops.
Well, no, I think he cocked it and went, oops, he peed down his leg. He cocked it and peed down his leg. Let's be honest. You saw that. He cocked it and didn't know what he was going to do.
Yeah.
And Shamar Moore had a lot to do with it. But he cocked it and peed down his leg. It's kind of like Cooper Flagg did last night. He peed down his leg when he saw Wimby.
And honestly, like from a protections perspective, Jaden Daniels, he probably thought.
I think they were right in their protection.
You think they were right?
This is my guess.
Okay.
And I can be corrected on this if somebody knows it better. But I believe in that scenario, what you're doing is Jaden's calling his protection to the right or left based on what he thinks is going to happen. So the offensive line is shifting right. And it's just he was designed to be unblocked because of the way you shifted your line. Okay. You just got to get it out.
Because if you came up and you said 59 is the mic. Right. If you said 59 is the mic, then the line is say, okay, cool. We're adding him to the point, not this guy over here.
Right. So if he comes, you just got to get it. You got to get it out.
Yeah.
Get it out high.
And that possibly
took it away. It's on the quarterback. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. That's why you got to know where your outlets are, know where your hots are, and all the other stuff, which I think is next level quarterbacking. While that may have worked, and it certainly worked against.
He knew where it was, and our guy said, no.
Yeah. No, that was the first read. You got to,
I don't got time for two.
Okay.
I'm unblocked and I'm fast.
That's fine. As you said, let's do it again. Let's see it works with different quarterbacks, with different receivers cores, and how this is going to work. But Shotty, they all talked about it. Yeah, we're going to continue playing man. Yeah. We're going to continue doing more man-to-man stuff, whether we got Diggs or not. And for you guys that wondering, Diggs was in the locker room. He's still in protocol, but we saw signs of life. He's in the locker room. He's in the locker sitting next to CeeDee. He didn't talk to media. Technically, you can't talk to the media while you're in protocol, but we did dap it up and say what's up, and he said he's good, and we'll see. And I don't think they'll.
So you're announcing that Trevon Diggs violated the NFLPA rules of communicating with a reporter while in protocol
by dapping it up?
Yep.
That's not violating.
That's communication. You just got Trevon Diggs suspended for violating the locker room rules. Coming up next on the DLLS Cowboys podcast, we had some Max Crosby rumorooskies. What other names are out there, and what's the likelihood the Cowboys are going to do something? It's next. Sign up to be a diehard or else, which of course is not a threat. I dare you to. There's a QR code that's on your screen, and that can help you sign up to be a diehard. A little shortcut for you. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're listening, just go to alldlls.com and then sign up to be a diehard. What happens when you do that? The answer? Well, you get access to everything we got up here. We give you these shows. We give you these. You can have them for free. But if you want access to our diehard only level content from all of our writers from every single beat in this city, you want all your DFW teams covered the best, sign up to be a diehard. You'll get all of that. You'll get it with an ad-free experience on the website as well. We'll just get those ads out of your way. Diehard. Excuse us, little ads. We appreciate you guys for being a part of this too, because you help us make money, but these people have given us money. They support us. Why don't you just step aside? It's nice. Sign up to be a diehard. You also get to pick a T-shirt from the merch store for free. I rock the 88 Club one. Them boys one Jesse's got. The one with the horsey on it, Clarence gave to Ali. He's like, I don't horse. And I thought you were country.
I'm not country. I grew up in a small town, but I always had an L.A. mentality.
Okay.
I always been a little Hollywood.
Small town L.A.
There's a little Hollywood in me. You know? I grew up in a small town, population 2,500. Yeehaw.
That's country.
You know about yeehaw? Y'all know about yeehaw?
The show yeehaw?
I'm familiar with the words
Yes.
yeehaw.
Show yeehaw. You know
I don't know.
show?
I didn't watch it.
I thought it was hee-haw.
Yeehaw, that's what it is.
Yeah,
Yeehaw.
yeah.
You're right. It's yeehaw. You're
I've
right.
never seen it, but
I
I'm familiar with
bet
the word.
Ollie's never heard of yeehaw.
No,
I
there's
ain't never heard of
absolutely
yeehaw
no
either.
way. Ollie is not at
Makes
home
two of
watching
us.
Gilligan's Island either.
Good
Okay?
show.
And also,
Yeehaw.
sign up for the newsletter, why don't you? That way you're up to date with everything that happens at BFW Sports. And you get it every day for free right there in your inbox with no fluff, no nonsense, none of that. And Ollie works hard on it. Reward his work. alldlls.com/newsletter. Sign up to be a diehard. Sign up for the newsletter. Kerry Matthews is in the super chat. Freak Jesus. I thought y'all said Diggs got the concussion from the headboard. Did I not hear y'all right? And do you think Matt played man on purpose since Diggs wasn't playing,
Did he
just
say-
messing with his head?
Did you say the headboard?
Do you think Diggs had a concussion just from Eberflus playing man in the game that he didn't play? Or wait, he had the concussion. That's why he didn't. That doesn't work. I don't know. Trade deadline's creeping up on us. We still got a couple of weeks, but I do peruse the internet. I dong around on the internet a little bit to try to make sure we're all up to date on what's going on and what you think's going to happen, what's going to happen. Do you guys buy? Because I think draft season and trade deadline season are perfect for Recky Specky for a couple of reasons. I think it's perfect for Recky Specky because let's say you are the GM or owner of the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
And you want, in theory, I know I'm bad and I'm going to be bad for 2 or 3 years. First of all, I think a lot of teams are scared to admit that to themselves, so it's harder for them to trade players. But if you know that and you're like, hey, if somebody blew us away, yeah, we would trade Max Crosby. Like, boy, you would have to give us a lot. Isn't the best way to bait people into that to say, we're not trading him? Are you crazy? We're just trying to get the best offer by saying, of course we're not trading him. He's incredible. We want to keep him. All you're doing is announcing to the world that you better come correct if you want to trade for Max Crosby. So what I'm saying all of those words to say, do you believe that he's not on the market? Like if you called the Raiders, they'd be like, why are you calling here? We're not trading Max Crosby. Or would they be like, what are you offering?
I don't believe he's not on the market. I don't believe that they wouldn't trade him. How about that? That's two different things, right?
Right.
He's not on the market, but
we're not shopping him.
But yes, but if you give
but we're not hanging up on you.
We're
listening.
We don't have a future right now, right? We're one of the worst teams in the league. We're vying for the number 1 overall pick. We don't know when we're going to be good. Do I need picks to help rebuild this team? Yes.
Okay, so I don't watch much Raiders football, right? I don't cover that team. I'm not a fan of that team, so I'm not entrenched.
You're not missing anything, so it's fine.
In the Raiders, world. But you have, what was the number? What was Ashton Genty? What did he go? 6?
Yeah, and he just said the other day, yeah, it's been a losing culture around here for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's already not liking it.
You got Brock Bowers, who, when he's healthy, is one of the best pass catcher tight ends in the league. I'm assuming you have a okay offensive line?
Terrible O-line.
Terrible O-line?
I haven't watched him a bunch, but, I mean, just looking at the names, that is not – I don't see a single name that jumps out to me as like, oh, that's a good player.
And like most of the time, the one thing that you're truly missing to make things go better is the quarterback.
And Geno's been good until this year.
Yeah, right.
He just got behind a bad O-line with no receivers. And it's like, uh-oh.
And so you can look at this situation and go, do I want to give up Max and then use those picks to potentially go and get other pieces? Or do you feel that we can go and this offseason can be really aggressive and getting a free agent or 2 offensive linemen? I don't know what you're going to do with the quarterback. Probably draft one high in the draft and maybe sit him for a year or half a season because you did give Geno a little bit of money.
Mm-hmm.
But to our argument, when we talked about the Cowboys trading away Micah Parsons, ain't a bunch of those around.
Right.
There's not a bunch of TJ Watts and Myles Garrett's and Micah Parsons and Max Crosby's just sitting around.
I think that's the full group, right?
That's the group.
So
you will have one of the premier pass rushers and a guy who plays really well in the run. You have that on your football team.
Right.
And I'm not saying that he's not untradeable, but we talked about it for our guy who was our guy here. You just can't find these guys.
Right.
And having a pass rusher of that caliber is paramount.
Yeah.
I would be more willing to say we're going to keep him and try to figure the rest of this stuff out,
right,
opposed to saying, all right, bye-bye, use those assets, because like we've said, you have a very known commodity and you trade them away for these picks. Now everything else is a very speculative commodity. We hope that this works out. We hope that we can go and find the 4 names that I just named, for sure. Myles Garrett, TJ Watt, Micah Parsons, and Max Crosby are your 4 best pass rushers in this league. You have one.
Yeah.
It's better off that you keep him and then try to go and make this thing work other places.
But they've already moved on from Micah. So now what do you do to fix it?
Yeah. He's talking from the Raiders' perspective.
I'm talking about from the Raiders' perspective. I'm saying that from our perspective that we let one go, and now we're looking at one of the worst defenses in the league.
The Raiders have done this before.
Yes, yeah.
They've done it with Khalil Mack.
So they have history of it.
Yeah, they got a history of that. Khalil Mack, obviously, whether it's Max Crosby and there are people that are putting Simmons out there, and who should they go get? They need to go get somebody. And again, my thing is, I just don't want them to be complacent. I don't want them to say we got Overshown on the come and we played good last week against Washington. You're trying to make something of a season in a situation where Dak is playing at MVP level. It's wide the freak open, okay? If we can talk about the other opportunities to get to the Super Bowl, but this year there's no big bad wolf, and so just get in the playoffs. Anything can happen. People get hurt. You want to put yourself in position to take advantage of opportunity. You want to take advantage of Dak playing as well, of this offense being as good as it is, and you don't need to make your defense go from 32 to 1, or 32 to 20. Just get some guys that can get you off the field in key moments.
I think that you can do that without Max Crosby.
Maybe so. Okay, but there are other guys that may be on, there could be a pass rush in Miami, whether it's Jalen Phillips or Bradley Chubb. One of those guys could be appreciably better than what you have. So go do that.
And I'm not saying that because I don't want Max Crosby. I'm saying that because I think that you can keep some more of your premium assets, if you're the Cowboys, and still get better on defense with using some of your other picks, your 3rd rounders, your 4th rounders, your 5th rounders, and not having to give up. To your initial point was now the Raiders saying we need a 1 and a 2.
See, and I think upon further reflection, I think if they were to trade Max Crosby and it were the Cowboys because they have the ammunition, upon further reflection, I think the starting point is the picks that you got for Micah.
Yeah,
I think it's two of them.
One of them back
I think it's 2 ones.
If you're Oakland,
oh hell,
I think
no.
it's 2 ones.
I'm not giving them no 2 ones.
if you're the Cowboys, if you're Oakland,
If you are the Raiders
Las
trading
Vegas.
Max
I'm
Crosby,
sorry, Vegas. God, Lee. Sorry, Vegas.
I don't think Max Crosby can be had for a first round.
Well, I'm
pick.
not giving up 2.
I think somebody should.
Maybe so. I'm not
I
giving
think
up 2.
somebody should.
If
You're talking about one of the 3 to 4 premier edge players in
And
the
Michael
league
went for 2
on now a reasonable contract. Michael went for 2 plus Kenny Clark, and they had to pay him. Max is already locked in for less than that, considerably less than that.
and he's 28, right?
He's
not old.
He's definitely not old.
He's not like Henderson.
Like
he's
he
like
just
28.
got his second contract.
Yeah,
He's
he's
probably 27, 28. But 28, yeah.
All I'm saying is I understand he may be worth 2. I'm not giving up but 1. If I'm giving up a first round pick, I'm just giving up 1. I'd maybe give you a first and a third, or first and Trayvon Diggs. I'm not giving him 2 first round picks.
Okay, then you can't have him.
Okay, that's
what I
fine.
think. That's what I think.
That's
Maybe
fine.
he could be had for less than that, but I'm thinking
But like
if Micah's 2 1s and Kenny Clark and the considerably bigger contract, then I think Max is 2 1.
Yeah, and if you're saying like you said about Vegas, the ownership is saying like, yeah, we're not shopping him, but we're not listening.
Yeah.
But if you're going to wow us, you're going to have to wow us. You're going to have to make us say no. Now, if you give 2 first round picks, I believe it's going to be hard for them to say no.
There are other things that, by the way, Jeremy Fowler of ESPN says the Cowboys also have looked into Bengals edge rusher Trey Hendrickson, whom the Bengals don't plan to deal. Several other edge rushers will be available league-wide, so expect the Cowboys to get involved in various talks. So I don't know what the name will be, but my gut tells me it will be the nickel and dime, not adding a big name or one of the biggest that costs the most. I think the name Jalen Phillips makes a lot of sense. He has a fairly high salary for a team that's dead in the water and it's the end of his contract. He can probably be had for very little. And you can absorb that cap hit or have them pay some of it. I have a couple of ideas that I don't think the Cowboys would be open to, but I think that they should be. But I think the Cowboys are very into proving themselves right with their acquisitions. I think there are multiple linebackers on the market that would upgrade you at middle linebacker at your green dot position for very little. But I don't think that they would.
Demario Davis.
Demario Davis works. Honestly, I think Christian Harris and Logan Wilson is in Cincinnati, where they're literally just playing younger players, and his snap count has gone down. And he's a 3-down player. Christian Harris is more of a, you want somebody who runs sideline to sideline, plays downhill, and hits running backs. I got you. I think there are linebacker upgrades, but it's not a holy cow that changes everything. It's a hey, we can get a little better play out of that spot.
But then if you bring a linebacker upgrade, you're also saying
a little bit over here.
But you're also saying to yourself is that we didn't pick right against the guy that we brought here. Because if you bring a middle linebacker, then that means Kenneth Murray has to go play somewhere.
Correct. And that's why I'd like to think if somebody was dumb enough to let me run a team, I'd run that thing into the ground immediately. But that I would not do getting a little bit better doesn't matter to us because we already added this guy. I think the right mentality is I don't care.
Right.
That's done.
Yeah.
You're telling me I can get better and it costs me very little? Do it.
Yeah.
And I think that's absolutely available at linebacker, but I don't think they'll do it because I think they view it as Kenneth Murray's making good money here. He's in the last year. Overshown's coming back and James is playing. But Overshown's not going to take Kenneth Murray off the field. But he's going to play weak side. He's going to take Shamar James off the field.
Okay, but should he? I mean, Kenneth Murray was brought here to play Overshown's spot. He's playing weak side. That's Overshown's spot. He was here because Sam Burns is the middle linebacker. You don't want Murray at middle linebacker.
I don't think this team has a middle linebacker.
Right.
Is the problem.
But that's
and I think they're available for
But
cheap.
if DeMario Davis or one of those other guys can play middle linebacker, so what if you already paid? You traded for Kenneth Murray playing him $7 million. Let's get better. And that's my thing. Get better.
I agree. I think you go get a linebacker for next to nothing. I think Jalen Phillips, Miami pass rusher, could be had for very little. And if you could just couple of little nickel moves, I'll keep my ones.
Right.
Oh, no, I'm short a 6 this year and a 6 next year. But I upgraded my pass rush and I upgraded my middle linebacker play. I can take that, Jerry.
We see you, Dro. We see
Dro's
you.
in the super chat. I'm sorry. I'm totally against giving up 2 first-round picks for an edge rusher. 26 is a deep class, especially for defense. We need talent and depth on defense. We do need a lot of things. We need a lot of things. We'll keep fine. We'll keep
Trying to win now, Dro. We're trying to win now.
We'll keep the pick. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Remember, you have no idea what anybody's going through, so be cool to everybody. We love you. Be easy.
Eliminate the contingencies.
I like big backs.
We all silly like the mayor.